Hey everybody, GravyTrain here with another episode of GravyTraining. So last video, I went over the basics of kind of creating a character, what the different classes were, the origins, things like that. Now we're actually going to go in, I'm going to show you a bit about what a character with a few levels on them looks like, what some of the additional kind of power sets are, a bit of gameplay and some sort of game mechanics and things like that. So let's get started. Alright, so I kind of left off in a meeting here. There's a lot of stuff going on. So let's talk first about what you see on the screen here. So what I've got going on is you can move your UI around as much as you want, and it's great. So you can see here there's this kind of round button and this close button. If I hit close, it closes. If I hit the round one, it undocks it from wherever it was. So typically I'll have like my contacts over here so I can get to them easily, and I'll put kind of most of my stuff on this side of the screen to kind of keep it out of the way but give me easy access to it. You've got your map, you can kind of see the overlay, the city map, so you can kind of see like what's going on in these different areas and find stuff, and you can turn different things on and off to be able to spot people and stuff like that. And you get to all of these by these buttons up top. So I can minimize or maximize the mission, my contacts. Clues are more like story driven. You're not really going to interact with the clues much. Badges, kind of same thing. You might get you could choose a title for your badge. So I guess like I can clear my badge title, whatever. You get there's in-game places where you can set like a title being like the Amazing Spider-Man or whatever, that kind of stuff. So this tells you like what your active task is, and a waypoint on here. You can see it's over here. If I select a hero or like an ally or a friendly, it's going to show me just their name. It'll show me a level. If they were enemies, then it would show me their level and their affiliation and stuff like that. So for example, and it'll show you like color coded based on your level. So this is a resistance commando. I don't have any of my pets up, so I'm not going to attack them yet. But it shows their level. Relative to me, it shows that because they're blue, that means they're a level or two lower. If they're white, they're the same level. Yellow is a higher level. Orange, one level higher. Red, even higher. And purple is generally going to be really dangerous for you to fight. And then there's a skull, which is just like you don't have a chance. You're not going to be able to do anything against it. Different heroes have ability to deal with either more enemies or more powerful enemies. You can see here, like I have all of my missions come at a +1 level. So instead of being I'm level 13, it actually throws level 14 enemies as the average against me. And I told the game to do this to me. And the number of enemies that I face in missions, I'm in the world right now, but the number of enemies that I face in missions, which a lot of what you do is going to be missions, is as if there were two players. So this is a really good solo class, things like that. But you can tweak all of this, and if you're not able to take as much, you can actually go down in levels or whatever as well. You can see here, these are some of my contacts. I can call them. I can talk to them about who they are and blah, blah. I can once every 3 days, you can auto-complete a mission or abandon a mission. You can call different ones, see what missions are available, like, okay, I can take this mission, and then it'll get added to my list here. So now I've got 2 missions here, and I can select the active one, and blah, blah, blah. Over here, so this bottom one, or these hot bars, are where all of your powers get activated from. This one is a little more complicated because it's a mastermind. I can summon pets. You can see this one is a demon summoner. I've got 2 demonlings, and I also have one more kind of tanky, higher level lieutenant sort of pet. So at level 13, I've got 3 pets. I can then cast a buff on all 3 of them. So I just kind of click here. The ones that are on your active hotbar, I can just hit the button for. So this is a shortcut for all of this. Number 1 here is a shortcut for all of my pets to attack. So I can select this, hit 1 or click there, and they're all going to attack. And it's a blue here, or blue mob, so not real difficult. I don't have to do much. And then there they are. There's also a white one. I can say attack here, or I can also just, like, I've got these are individuals, so I can send my little demonlings to go attack that guy, while my main demon here is attacking just this stuff. So lots of stuff you can do in terms of control and all that. And then I've got my attack powers. So I do this is Dark Blast. This debuffs their hit chance as well as does damage and heals me and my pets. This one just kind of does a debuff with a little bit of damage. The power sets, but effectively, this is just how you go about fighting. So this one is gray. These are not much of a threat, but I'm going to be doing a lot of, like, telling my guys to attack. I'm going to be casting stuff to hurt them, or I'm going to be doing stuff to support. So this, for example, is kind of a big area that affects slow. I can hit 1 and send my guys to attack them. Maybe I want my kind of boss one to go attack that other guy. Send them there. Send these other guys against that one. And I can do my own attacking or healing or whatever. Over on the second row, these are just more kind of things that I don't want to have tied up on my main bar. So things that I want to have around. He's really going crazy. I can keep things that I want to have ready to be able to use in a fight that I'm not going to use quite as much. And then this is more like, okay, my flight power. I don't always want to have this on because it's going to be draining endurance. This is a leadership power. This buffs anybody on my team, including my pets, and makes them more resilient to damage. This is sprint, so I can see I'm running faster, and now I'm running slower. And these are kind of shortcuts for these kind of control keys, so I really don't use them much, but if I want to say, I don't want to tell my pets to just follow me and not interact with anybody, I can do that. So that's those hotbars. Enhancements are what I was talking about how you buff your powers. So let's actually go to manage enhancements. And this is my character sheet right now. These are all of the powers that I have. I've got different enhancements put into them. You can get enhancement slots, up to 6 enhancement slots on each power. You get 1 automatically when you get the power, and then you can add 5 more. Every even level in general, you get a new power. Every odd level, you get 2 enhancement slots that you can add to one of your existing powers. The enhancements are... So this one you can see, it enhances slow powers, and it's a magic origin. So you can only use this one if you're magic origin, which this character is. I don't have any slow powers. You can see I click on it, and it's going to highlight the ones that can use it. Taunt, I don't think any of my guys have taunt. But okay, to hit debuff, you can see that Twilight Grasp and Darkest Night both have 2 hit debuffs. Let me get rid of my pets. Just because of this. Let me not stand right in a hostile area while I do that. Go back in here. Yes. Alright, so enhancements. So for example here, this is to hit debuff. Instead of, like, I have accuracy in here and I have healing in here. This is how you customize your powers. So these are called dual origin enhancements because they have 2 origins, mutation and magic. Some of these are single origin, like this is a single origin because it's just magic. And each one of them affects a particular type of power. So for example, you can see here, this tells you what the power is first. Twilight Grasp, it's ranged, foe, debuff to hit, debuff to damage, debuff to regen, and it heals your team. Allowed enhancements, so I can modify the endurance cost, I can modify the range, the recharge speed, how quickly the power cycle, the amount that it heals, I can make the 2 hit debuff worse. I can enhance the accuracy, how likely I am to hit with this power. And then you can see the numbers down below. So the base value for healing, for example, is 49. I have 2 healing enhancements in there, so my heal value is 61, almost 62. The dual origins buff by a modest amount. The single origins buff by the larger amount. And there are sort of diminishing returns after 100%. So, like, you could technically put 6 damage in something, but I'm going to get far less than I would have gotten somewhere else. So, you have to kind of bear that stuff in mind, and there's strategy around that, just like most games. You got strategy around those sorts of things. So you've got, this is your primary power set, your secondary power set. Then over here, you have inherent power sets. So this is just brawl. This is throwing a punch. This is so that, worst case, you've always got at least one power that'll do something. Sprint and power slide just make you move faster. One of them you slide around like you're surfing or skating. One of them you're actually running. They basically do the same thing. You can't have them both running at the same time. And rest is how you stop, sit down, regain your health, regain your stamina, things like that, but you become vulnerable as you do it. Inherent fitness. So in the original game, you used to have to pick these as secondary powers later, but these were so embedded or so like locked into the game where your speed, your jump height, your overall health, your stamina regen, these were all part of the fitness power pool. With the new version of the game, they just put them as so that everybody has all 4 of them. You can modify these with extra enhancement slots. You can put enhancements in them, that sort of thing. Then you have additional power pools, and so if I were to go level up, I'm leveling up to a level that would not give me another power, so I couldn't show you that. But you can pick additional power pools, and it's like flight, super speed, super jumping, the leadership, allowing you to buff more characters, concealment, allowing you to get stealth and all that. You can pick up to 4 additional power pools as you level up, and you can pick powers from them. Your travel powers are going to be important because it's how you're going to get around, like flight, and I have mystic flight, and then there's regular flight, so I can fly, and I can fly over buildings, and all that kind of stuff. Other power pools like super speed or any of those, all very good. You're probably only going to want one type of travel power, but you might have multiple other power pool sets. So that's kind of it for what enhancements are. Also, you can combine enhancements. So if I have another one that's, say, another one of these, this visor, if I had, say, a level 14 one, I could drag it on top of this, and because it's the same enhancement, I can combine them and it'll make it one level higher than whatever was there. So if I had like a 14, drop it onto this, there'd be like a 70% chance that I could get a level 15 enhancement in this slot instead. And so you got to constantly worry about keeping your enhancements up. There's very little grind to my experience. Like, I got this character almost to level 14 in a few hours. Granted, I've got a lot of experience playing the game, but it is really, you get going with it, and they've massively amped up the experience. Plus, I picked a server that currently has double XP. So there's that. So enhancements enhance your powers. Inspirations give you short-term abilities. So say I'm fighting and I run out of endurance, I can use a catch a breath and it would like make my endurance go back up. Or say I'm taking damage, I could use a respite to get a heal, or I can boost my defense. So yeah, plus luck. So yeah, this is going to boost all of my defenses by 12%. If I get taken out, like I get knocked out, you can use this to get back up. There's accuracy buffs, there's pure defense buffs, there's damage buffs. That's what inspirations are. These things are cheap. You pick them up by, even just by playing the game, you're going to get enhancements. If you wanted to buy some, like you needed specific, most of your contacts would sell them to you, all that kind of thing. So that's what inspirations are. You get more slots for them as you level up. You can kind of stack these up so that you can real quick hotkey them F1 to F5. Eventually you'll have like 3 or 4 rows. It'll always take the one that's on the bottom first, and then they'll kind of drop down. So you can see here, ones that have this circle going around them, or like moving around them. These are powers that are currently active. If I use a power, you can then, if it has a cooldown, then you'll see that that power blanks out and slowly comes back until it's full size, and then you can use it again. You can do things like stick to a character to follow them, so I just hit F as the default, and it sticks me. I'm not running, I didn't have my hands on anything. I can do the same thing here, and it's going to run me over and stick to this. This is great for melee characters fighting, things like that. So this is powers, things like that. Let's go out. Let me go to the menu. Quit to the character select screen, and I will show you a more active character that I can actually show you in the city and stuff like that. So let's go with my level 13 Brute Sickness. So here I'm at Architect missions. I'll end up doing a kind of spotlight on this, but not right now. So this is just the city. So as you're looking at the map, you can highlight, like, this is Architect Entertainment. You can actually build custom missions in game and make them available for yourself, for your friends, for other people, or whatever to run. You can find like vendors here, there's stores. The vendors are going to be like the ones that sell enhancements and sell inspirations, things like that. So I can actually show you one. It shows up when you select it. It highlights it on here. I'm going to turn on my super jump and my sprint. And then I'm going to jump and get over to where this vendor is. So I come here, I can sell some of the enhancements that I'm not using. I can sell inspirations that I'm not using, and I can buy specific inspirations at a appropriate level directly from the vendor. So for example, I know, let's see, if I go to my enhancements, hit manage, I've got most of these updated, but okay, so I need a defense buff. I need 2 defense buffs to update that. I should probably get a jumping buff here. So let's go up here. I'm gonna sell these that I don't need. I don't need to have the enhancements to start. You probably shouldn't sell your salvage into recipes. I'm not super worried about it though. And then so I have, let's see, so I need defense buff. I need 2 of these. And say I wanted a jump buff. So I've got 3 of those. They're good level for me. They're 2 levels higher. I can come here. So now, and this is what I was talking about, I can just drag this on here. Because these are the same, it gives me an 80% chance when I combine them. Okay, so I didn't get an extra one there, but it did replace this. You can't, all you could do is trash these. You can't like get them back once you have them in. But then I'll do the same thing with this. So now there's an 80% chance to combine, and of course that one failed. But this one, for example, did work, and I got a level 16. And then I can just drag this over here, and now my jumping is going to be almost 20% higher, further, faster, all of that. So this is an example of leaping. My inherent fitness, this is my endurance regeneration. I've got kind of sprint, but let's start doing a mission. So I'm going to look at my contacts. I'm going to set this guy. Okay, this is in, I need to find a contact that's in this zone. Or maybe I'll just go back here. You can take a transit between zones. So Atlas Park is a low-level zone. Oh, actually, you know what? That was an architect. That's why. Inactive. Would not have any other contacts. That's interesting. Come back around. Let me head back to the other zone. No, we'll go Steel Canyon. I should get there and I should find another contact. So contacts is where you get missions. Obviously the graphics and everything like that are all kind of dated. I can find a contact for sure by just kind of coming in here. So Valkyrie is going to be a trainer. And I will find some contacts over there. So you can see this is a great way to get around. You get your travel power. These cities are big. They're vertical. There's instanced for all of your missions, or most of your missions end up instanced. So you're not going to be like competing with other people as you're playing. Yeah. So for example, when I level up, that is, yeah, so positron is where I can level up when I'm ready and things like that. There should be contacts around here that I could pick up missions from, maybe not. Of course, it's gonna mess with me right now and not allow me to find contact. Okay, stores. So there's stores you can buy specific, whatever they're called, enhancements, things like that. I mean, there's so much depth to this game. Vaulting, you can go directly to other zones, things like that. Maybe that's why. Okay. Now I can. Okay. That was why. I was in an architect mission. So I can call my contact. Alright, so I just need to take him down. So I need to go back to King's Row. So let me go back. Or can I get to King's Row from one of these? Perez Park. Sirens Call. Now we'll just go back to the monorail. Or if I do find contact, I wonder if I know this contact. In the hollows. Okay, so I'll teleport to the contact. So now this is, I found a contact, I can get missions from it. So I'll hit the streets and put the herd on outcasts. So this is a, like, go kill some outcasts. So I just need to find outcasts in the city. Shouldn't be too hard. And you can see, so okay, this is the mob type, this is the affiliation that they have. So these are skulls. These are skulls. I need to find outcasts. Trolls. I think I'm probably too high for this zone. Skulls still. Alright, of course this is going to be bad one to do. Still skulls. You know what? I'm gonna switch characters and find one that's got missions that I can actually show. I could do this one, but I kept failing this one. This one was really difficult. So that's why I'm not like just doing that. So let's say, okay, we'll do this one. So this is a Dominator. This is an offensive ranged hero. And contact, you call, be introduced to a new contact. Okay. So I'm in King's Row, so I just need to go find her, talk to her. And why is it not putting her on my map? Nothing is working right today. I'm not in King's Row. I'm in Atlas Park. That's why. Alright, so I just need to get to the monorail. This character has flight, so I'm flying instead of jumping. Fly over here. Get to King's Row. And go from there. We'll do one mission. I'll kind of show you how this stuff works. And we'll wrap this video up and start probably doing some stuff for the Let's Play. Alright, so now when I select one of these people, it highlights them on the map. Okay, this one is right here. Beautiful. So I come to the contact, available missions, destroy the drug lab. So this is a good one then. So I fly to the mission. The mission is instanced. So it's only me or anybody that's on my team can go in and get this. Nobody else can walk in and interfere. So we'll get there. Also teleport a little bit. Or no, this is after dinner. So fly fast. Come over here and go in. Okay, a little bit of intro text. I'm going to shut off my flight because I don't want this stuff draining my stamina bar. And now we will see some combat. Only took 2 episodes two videos to get the combat. I cannot enter there. All right. Okay, so here, just a equal level enemy. There's 3 of them here that'll come. They'll bring a friend. So I'm going to start by using this power that does a root mobilization on all of them. But it's going to do damage on all of them. Dark Blast. And that offensive, that dark ability reduces their chance to hit me. And you can see as I'm using abilities, my endurance is going down. This domination bar is the more damage I do, the higher that gets. It's a damage multiplier. You get your experience bar, things like that. So, okay, so here's some higher level ones. Again, I'm going to immobilize them. Stun the one guy. Taking a little too much damage. Using inspiration. Endurance inspiration. Okay, so I was able to stun him. Do some damage over time. I probably should retreat a little bit to regen somewhat. He'll still follow me around the corner when he comes out of it. Shoot me. He's got another friend. Definitely want him stunned. Of course not. Probably gonna die. But again, you guys like it when I die, so. Gotta be careful. Yeah, there we go. So, perfect example. Here's me dying. I didn't really go in here very prepared. But you respawn at the hospital. And your dungeon or your mission or whatever is still there until you finish it or abandon it. And I can just go right back. Definitely having travel powers is important, as these can be kind of far away. I just kick down the afterburners for a boost of speed. And I can fly back in and continue the mission. I could have also stopped and picked up enhancements and stuff like that too, which probably should have, but again, I'm just trying to illustrate. You'll see a lot more in the Let's Play version of things here. So let's get back to where I was. This guy is still there. I can probably get him alone. This other guy here, you can see he hasn't healed up or anything, so much of my damage over time stuff on him as I can. There we go. 3 labs to destroy. Superidine is a drug that makes people superpowered. This is probably going to be a little much for me right now without having any inspirations. Well, they do have 1, but it's not going to be very much. So yeah, this gives me damage resist. So we'll try it. If I die, so be it. Let's get all these guys. Yep, I died because I pulled too many of them. But anyhow, that is kind of a taste. I will be making more videos on actual gameplay and going into detail. There is so much to explain here. Just kind of a bit of a teaser. We've got like underground sewers that have an entire network of stuff. That's where that other character was. You got the hospital. You've got your trainers. You've got player bases or guild bases, supergroup bases. You've got PvP zones. A vault is where you can like store stuff, and I think you can transfer stuff between characters. The monorail gets you around to different zones and things like that. You've got connecting zones here. You can see the level. Like this top level in the red is going to be higher level enemies. These are going to be kind of standard level enemies for within the range. There's the Architect Entertainment, which is the custom missions that you can build. There's a auction house, so they do a secret bid auction to where you can buy materials to craft enhancements. You can buy enhancements. You can buy other stuff. There is so much depth to this. You can do task forces, which are a series of missions that you run with a full group that are like you're fighting against eventually an arch villain, something like that. There are world events where like the Ricti, which is the alien race that is built in this mythos, that will just attack a zone. And there'll be spaceships flying overhead attacking everybody, that sort of thing. The nice thing, real quick, last kind of closing note for this is partnering up with people in this game is amazing. So they have a sidekick system and an exemplar system. So what that means is, say I'm partnering up with a friend, and I have a character that's a level 30, and they only have a character that's a level 12. What the game will do is I bring them into a group with me and I set them as my sidekick. They get moved up to, if I'm level 30, they get moved up to level 29 for effectively level 29 while we're in the missions or playing in the group. All of their powers scale up in damage and accuracy and all that to whatever they would be at that level. They don't get additional powers for that, but you can still actually play and interact with friends even if you're wildly different levels. You can also exemplar, which is they're level 12, I'm level 30. I exemplar down to level 12 or level 13, something like that. So like if they need help with missions, you don't have to worry about being the same level. Like you try to play most MMOs like World of Warcraft or something like that. A level 50 is never going to be able to group with a level 10 just because it doesn't work that way. Here, it does. And those world events, you can have a whole group of people all fighting against like the aliens, and the level 50s and the level 10s can all contribute. You can still heal, you can still deal damage. It's all like scaled to allow you to play with people at other levels. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the videos. If you're interested in the game, I will be setting up a guild in the game. I play, just for reference, if you're going to make a character and want to be able to play with the community here, I play on the Torchbearer server, because this one, it should say Torchbearer here somewhere. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. That's transfer, so you can transfer characters between servers and stuff like that too. But yeah, I play on the Torchbearer server right now. As far as I know, it's double XP, so you can level up really fast. This has all been like 2 or 3 days of playing during work week, so it's not even like I was playing on the weekend or something like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of depth, and it's free. So let me know what you think, and I would love to hear comments, thoughts. If you're interested in the game, let me know. I will have the Discord coming out soon. So that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy.